garden opens softly, like a quiet invitation into another world, where the first view feels calm, layered, and gently unexpected. Dark foliage frames the edges, while open grassy spaces and textured planting guide the eye inward with a sense of ease. A modern woodland entrance does not rush the visitor. It slows them down with deep greens, shadowed corners, and clean lines that feel both natural and intentional, almost like the landscape is breathing in a steady rhythm. Here, the mood is peaceful but refined, with every detail designed to feel grounded and welcoming. The space suggests that beauty can be wild without being messy, and elegant without losing its connection to the earth. A dark pathway pulls the viewer forward with quiet confidence, curving through the garden like a soft thread stitched between layers of planting. The surface may be stone, bark, or gravel, but it always feels deliberate, shaped to guide rather than dominate the scene. As the path bends, the surrounding greenery leans closer, creating a sense of enclosure that feels soothing instead of heavy. The contrast between open walkway and dense planting gives the garden its edge, while still keeping the whole space calm and easy to read. This kind of movement gives the landscape a story. Each step reveals another pocket of texture, another shift in light, another moment where wildness and order meet in a way that feels naturally beautiful. Layered planting gives the woodland garden its richest feeling, building depth through leaves, heights, and shades that seem to unfold one after another. Tall ferns, fuller shrubs, and lower ground covers work together like a quiet composition, each part supporting the next. The effect is soft, but never plain. Dark greens create a modern edge, while lighter tones keep the whole picture breathable and calm, letting the eye travel gently across the landscape without feeling overwhelmed by detail. This layering also makes the garden feel alive from every angle. Even in stillness, the textures suggest movement, as though the space is naturally changing with the light, the season, and the mood of the day. The trees stand like quiet sculptures, giving the garden its backbone and a sense of graceful structure. Their branches stretch across the space with a natural confidence, creating lines that feel both organic and architectural, as if the landscape itself has been carefully composed. In a modern woodland setting, these trees do more than provide shade. They shape the mood, cast shifting patterns, and turn simple open ground into a scene with depth, rhythm, and a calm sense of scale that draws the viewer inward. What makes them compelling is their balance of wildness and restraint. Their silhouettes feel untamed at first glance, yet they hold the entire garden together, giving the space a refined edge without losing its natural soul. Stone brings a grounded calm to the garden, adding a cool visual weight that balances the softness of leaves and moss. Whether it appears as large boulders, stepping stones, or low retaining edges, it gives the woodland space a sense of permanence. The contrast feels especially striking in a modern design. Smooth, dark, or weathered stone surfaces cut through the organic layers like quiet punctuation, creating a visual pause that lets the greenery feel even richer and more alive. This is where the garden finds its steady rhythm. The stones do not compete with the planting. They hold the composition together, offering a subtle structure that makes the entire scene feel more thoughtful and complete. Rustic Metal introduces a sharper note, a weathered accent that keeps the woodland garden from feeling too soft or predictable. Its patina carries time in its surface, giving the space a quiet edge that feels modern, tactile, and deeply grounded. Used sparingly, metal becomes a beautiful contrast to the organic forms around it. A rusted bench, a slim border, or a sculptural frame can catch the light in unexpected ways, adding a subtle tension that makes the greenery seem even more lush. The result is understated but memorable. The garden feels lived in and thoughtfully styled, with every metal detail contributing to a mood that is calm, slightly dramatic, and full of quiet character. A seated corner in the woodland garden feels like a pause in the middle of a living painting. Surrounded by leaves, shadow, and soft ground textures, it becomes a small retreat where the landscape slows down and the atmosphere turns intimate and restful. The seating itself stays simple, allowing the greenery to lead the experience. A weathered bench, a curved chair, or a low stone perch can feel elegant in this setting, especially when framed by layered planting that softens every hard line. This kind of corner invites quiet reflection. It is not about filling space, but about creating a place where the garden feels close, welcoming, and gently protective, like nature has folded itself around a place to sit and breathe. As daylight fades, the woodland garden changes character and begins to glow from within. Soft lighting catches the edges of leaves, outlines the pathway, and transforms familiar shapes into something more atmospheric and quietly magical.
Hold me tighter, this dynamic says it all. You're the curator and I'm your animal. Feel like I'm sinking on.
The best lighting does not overpower the scene. It lingers low and warm, creating a gentle contrast between shadow and illumination so the garden still feels natural, even as the evening deepens around it.
Spins faster and faster. My heart is bursting through the wall. And just for once I wish we'd stop and smell the roses instead of dreaming of things we miss.
This glow brings the whole design together. It adds comfort, depth, and a sense of calm romance, allowing the woodland to feel welcoming after dark while preserving its refined modern mood.
confessions of dejection and despair, when some great rapture is
Water gives the woodland garden a quiet pulse, adding reflection and movement without disturbing the calm. A still pond, narrow rill, or shallow basin can hold the sky and surrounding trees, turning the landscape into something more contemplative.
Your flesh attracts me like a magnet. Your cunning traps me like a cage. And just for once I wish we'd stop and smell the rose.
The reflective surface feels especially beautiful in a modern setting, where the contrast between dark water and green planting creates a scene that is both fresh and restful. Even the smallest ripple seems to soften the entire space.
And rapture at our fingertips. And just for once I wish we'd stop and smell the rose.
This feature does not need to be large to be powerful. Its beauty lies in restraint, in the way it mirrors the garden's character and deepens the feeling that every element belongs exactly where it is.
Right under our noses, and rapture at our fingertips. Feel like I'm going over the falls.
The borders of the garden feel alive with intention, where planting is allowed to soften and spill in a way that looks natural but never careless. This looseness gives the woodland its character, creating a frame that feels organic, flowing, and quietly modern. Here, the edges are not strict lines. They blend texture, height, and gentle variation, so the viewer feels the garden unfolding like a landscape that has been shaped by time, care, and a soft creative hand. What makes the border beautiful is its balance. It carries a refined edge beneath its wilder surface, offering a sense of freedom while still keeping the whole design calm, elegant, and easy to love. A woodland garden never stays still, and that is part of its quiet beauty. Across the seasons, it changes in subtle layers, shifting from fresh spring growth to deeper summer textures, and then into the softer, richer tones of autumn. These changes bring a sense of life that feels comforting and real. The garden does not rely on a single perfect moment. Instead, it offers different kinds of beauty all year, each one shaped by light, weather, and the rhythm of nature. That seasonal variation gives the garden emotional depth. It reminds the viewer that refined design can still feel wild and alive, with every month adding a new chapter to the landscape story. In the end, this kind of garden feels like a personal refuge, a place where modern edges and woodland softness live together in quiet harmony. It is a space that feels both designed and discovered, inviting you to slow down and enjoy the beauty of nature at your own pace. The lasting impression is one of calm confidence. Every texture, shadow, and planted layer works together to create a garden that feels refined yet alive, wild yet welcoming, and always full of gentle character. If this style of garden inspired you, subscribe for more garden design ideas, like the video to support the channel, and comment with your favorite woodland detail below. Your thoughts help shape the next beautiful outdoor story we create together.